Hi, AP Chemistry students. Welcome to Chapter 7, where we're going to be looking at the atomic structure and periodicity. And this is going to cover weeks 10 and 11. Weeks 10 and 11, two chapters, or 2 weeks here with Chapter 7. And this is going to go back to looking at really the important aspect of what the atom looks like, and more importantly, really is going to be focusing on the structure of the electrons, how the electrons are arranged, and why that is important when we look at the reactions that are involved in chemistry. You're also going to be looking at the periodic table. It's all related. The periodic table is set up the way it is because of the common properties. Those common properties happen because of similar electronic structure, electronic configuration. So you're going to be learning all about that in these 2 weeks here. So reading and note-taking, homework problems, always every chapter, crucial stuff. And you've got your instructional videos, opportunities for help and discussion, and Skype sessions if you need them. You have a lab here that looks at the two approaches for analysis, gravimetric and volumetric analysis. And then there are 2 Cliff Notes assignments because you're looking at the periodic table and you're looking at atomic structure. So you're going to be doing those 2 assignments. So please make sure you're aware of that and leave time accordingly to make sure you can get that done in week 11. Okay? The chapter test here is on the Chapter 7, Atomic Structure and Periodicity. So let me know if you have any questions before taking that test so that you can do well and perform well on that. As you look at this chapter, and as you scan through this and look at everything, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the most important aspects as I look at the summary here at the end of the chapter, Chapter 7. As I mentioned before, you're going to be analyzing the structure of the atom, and most importantly, you're going to be looking at the configuration of the electrons. Before you get into all of that, it's going to give you a little bit of a history lesson. And it's going to also have you understand a little bit more about light, because some of the experiments that were done that enlightened us about the structure of the atom and, more importantly, how the electrons behave dealt with light. One is the photoelectric effect. There's a hydrogen spectrum, the Bohr model. So make sure you're doing a little bit of a history lesson here. It's very interesting, and I think it'll help you kind of just set the stage for then learning a little bit more about the electron configurations and how they were discovered. Okay, it's going to be important for you to understand the theory behind the electron configuration, where scientists believe that those electrons are located, and how they then give that electron kind of like an address. So there's different ways that we can give an electron an address and kind of say what region it may be located in. Electrons are never in one region. It's not like we can pinpoint them, but there's a high probability that certain electrons are in certain areas around the nucleus of the atom. Okay? And then important topic here, when we talk about the periodic table, it's important for you to understand how the pattern of the periodic table, the properties of the different elements, and the electron configurations are all connected. Okay? All right, well, enjoy Chapter 7. It's all about the atomic structure, electrons, electron configuration, and the periodic table. And as always, let me know if you have any questions.